All right, so today, actually, let's get the pizza first.
Yeah.
I think that we got to cover our bases here. Pizza, good time. Oh, God, no. Here we go. Okay, good. Now, so today, this is super awkward. I don't do live shows very much, but today I've got on the program Emilia Fart. And I am super, super, super excited about this because I've seen all your videos at least 73 times.
No.
No, that's not true. That would be psycho. Okay. And here I have a pizza as well, which we will now begin our podcasting with. So let me just get that. I feel awkward. I think I'm going to let you choose your slice.
Oh, wow. What a gentleman.
You get first dibs.
Okay. Oh, it looks so good. It's the aesthetic of the Domino's that I live for. It's all about the pepperoni above the cheese. It doesn't happen enough.
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest.
Actually, that's like kind of like a pepperoni above the cheese. That's kind of like a that's classic. I mean, that's what you see it all over the place.
I don't understand why you would put it under. You want the grease pool is what you want.
The puddle of grease.
Yes. Why? And you put it underneath. It's soggy. That's disgusting. I don't know. And you know what's really annoying is you'll get a menu in the mail, and the picture in the menu, the pepperoni's above cheese. I'm like, okay, we're all good. Let me get a pizza. No. When it comes, it's under the cheese. They just found that picture on Google Images. That's fraud.
Why do they put... You don't know. We never really got to the bottom of why they do this. Because when you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pepperoni always on top of the cheese.
Yeah, because the Ninja Turtles knows what's up.
Yeah, I think they do. So, back to the intro again, because I feel like I haven't filled in my listeners properly here. We have Emilia Fart, and Emilia Fart, she is a YouTuber, which means she produces videos on the website youtube.com. And you recently got an amazing thing on which you hung up on your wall because you got so many people to watch your videos on YouTube.
You noticed?
Yeah, I did actually. I saw it on your wall on the way in. I'll try not to take it on the way out.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah, I got a plaque from YouTube for 100,000 subscribers, which is just...
Well, you're at 300,000 subscribers now. Amazing.
Yeah, it's sweet. What's really cool about the 100,000 plaque is that when I started YouTube, I pictured that plaque and I saw my stupid little name, Emilia Fart. I was like, this plaque, and in my hallway I was like, it's gonna be there, and I just was like shaking thinking about it, and then it came true, which is like, that's what's really sweet about it.
Yeah, exactly. And so if I go to your channel on YouTube, it is basically it's your adventures, really. It's your adventures in and around your town, I guess. I won't divulge too much. And you go to parks, you dye your hair in parks, you go to IKEA, you do normal things, and you tape that, and people watch it. But not quite normal, because you have your own special Emilia Fart way of doing things. Like I watched your video there where you went and you dyed your hair in the woods, and I mean, that was amazing. Like, you were just like running around with blue dye on a mountain. It was cool. And then there's the other video where you got kicked out of IKEA too. Escorted.
That one got age restricted recently, actually.
Why?
Oh, well, okay, I can understand it. If I think about the message behind a video, I went to IKEA trying to get kicked out. So, you know, it could be interpreted as like, hey kids, like, go to places and be obnoxious until you get kicked out. So I understand.
You know, the thing with that is that I always thought that age restriction had more to do sort of with like nudity or, you know, yeah, extremist behavior. I wouldn't really consider your behavior extremist.
No, but I do understand where I didn't fight it. I could have like, what's the word?
Protested.
Yeah.
You could have like gone all floppy like Gandhi and like done like passive resistance. Is that what it's called?
I could have pulled a Gandhi, if you will, but no, I pulled an Emilia Fart and just accepted it.
Tell me a little bit about your name, because I think that my listeners are still a little confused, probably, unless they know who you are previously. So I went to your channel and I saw like your name is Emilia Fart. Previously on your channel, I saw like it said Emilia 2000, I think. Where did your name Emilia Fart come from? Like, what does the fart signify?
It just happened, which is really weird. Like, okay, I think first came, when I set up my email to make a YouTube account, this was in 2012. I was doing a musical project where I play the auto harp and cover 2000 pop songs, like pop songs from the 2000s. So my name was Emilia 2000 and Emilia 2000 was taken. So I just put Emilia 2001 Fart for some reason. I don't know. And then when I made my Instagram, I just put Emilia Farts because I just thought it was funny. At the time, I just thought it was funny. Like as a girl, you're not supposed to have like bodily functions.
Right.
So I just thought it was a little bit funny to just be like, I fart. You know what I mean?
You do.
Emilia
I mean,
farts.
Everybody farts.
I do fart, and I was just being honest about it. Anyways, and then as I kept doing YouTube videos, my name was Emilia 2001 Fart on YouTube. Anyway, I just took away the 2001. It just happened.
You see, it's one of those things where like I thought it was like premeditated.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of
because I see you eating a lot of pizza on your channel.
Yeah.
And pizza makes people fart.
I am lactose intolerant. I do fart a lot.
And also, I mean, we're drinking diet soda right now,
yeah.
too. That makes people fart.
Yeah,
so
the burps are brewing.
Yeah, exactly. It's on its way.
Yeah.
The thunder is coming. and I mean, so you got started with the videos. And I mean, where do I even begin? I mean, you got started like it was ages ago, like 6 years ago. No, like, yeah, 6 years.
It's here. Yeah. Well, in 2012 is when I started making videos, but that was just like, do you know Molly Soda?
Molly Soda?
Yeah, she was a girl. Well, she still is. A girl on Tumblr, and I was like, but she also made like these little YouTube videos. Like, it was just her like dancing to a George Michael song and eating a burrito and not talking. And I just thought like that was like one of the coolest things I'd ever seen at the time. So I was just inspired by her, and I just wanted to make stupid. So I just like made weird videos of like me making a steak while my friends were over, or like drinking like Smirnoff while watching Kenny versus Spenny and like not talking.
That was the first video.
Yeah. So just like really boring, just nothing. I don't know. I just thought it was cool at the time.
Do you think that like, it's almost like it's like an I don't give a fuck kind of attitude that people really dig? Or do you think it's more of like an ASMR thing?
Well, now that I look back on it, it's like a mukbang almost. Well, like what Molly said was just eating a burrito. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that was so cool. I don't know. I guess it's just like the idea of like not filming yourself doing something so boring. It's like, you know, performance artish in a way.
Yeah, it is totally performance art, but it's not, because typically performance art is like, I don't know, I'm going to put a couple of balls of yarn up my cooch, pull them out and knit a sweater with it, right?
Living for that and want to wear that sweater.
Exactly. Like, well, who wouldn't, right? Yeah. And there is an artist who does that, actually. I think she's in Australia. And she upsets a lot of people with that. That's like, some people might see that as being kind of extreme. But what you were doing was like anti-extreme. It's almost like Dada-esque what you're doing. Like, it's like you're taking like the toilet seat cover and putting it in a museum. And everyone's like, well, it's a toilet seat cover. And you're like, yeah, that's it. I mean, that's part of the story. Because in your first videos, you weren't even like, you had dyed hair. but you didn't have the boa,
No,
and I don't think you had the chin scarf either.
I did.
I can't remember that.
It was a different type of chin scarf, but chin scarf is forever.
So the boa is kind of like, that's like a more recent thing.
The boa has been since September 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the boa is since September 2016, but before that you had the neck thing. Tell me a little bit about that, because I think some of my listeners might be thinking, why is she dressed up? Why is she dressed up like with this feather boa? I guess this is what one could consider a muumuu,
Yeah.
and and the hair with the amazing eyelash, eyeliner. No. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a cream shadow.
Okay,
If we're
I
being
didn't get
specific.
that right.
So why?
Yeah.
That's just what I like. I just think it's cool. And it's like an evolution over time. Like at first I started getting into caftans, because as you get fatter, you know, caftans, like, hello Dolly, you know what I mean? It's like you can be as fat as you want. You don't have to worry about, like, you kind of take your body out of the equation, which is something that I like about it. Like, it just kind of, like, I don't know, desexualizes you in a way, which I'm kind of into, and just like, it's like a blank slate to me.
It's kind of that's kind of Buddhist or Zen or something, because you're like detaching yourself from the physical world.
Sure,
by expanding.
That's my intention. No, it's not. I genuinely, like, it's comfortable. It works well with my insecurities, but it also makes me feel good about myself. I like the silhouette. Like, if one time I was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I saw Cynthia and she was wearing this dress. Like, holy shit, she looks so fucking good right now. It was one of those things that you put over yourself when you're cutting hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And then she took it off, was like, oh, that was literally just like a piece of fabric draped up. I just like that look. And I realized the better I feel, the more obnoxious and loud my outfits are. So, like, I don't know, they just started becoming more obnoxious.
Kind of reminds me almost of a nun's habit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, like, if you wore a nun's habit, you could totally freak people out with that, because they wouldn't expect loud. Actually, maybe they would. I'm trying to remember the last time I met a nun in full gear. Maybe they'd be kind of loud and obnoxious.
I mean, Maria.
Maria?
Sound of Music.
Oh yeah.
How do you solve
Music.
a problem?
So I mean, like, you started wearing the outfits, and I mean, the thing is that, as you said, as you got bigger, okay, you've obviously not been this big all your life, or you would have never made it out of your mom, right?
Right.
But I mean, you've got a story which you go into in your videos, and this is like probably the most, like, I mean, if I could just cut into my own crazy monologue right now, the thing with your videos is that you do like very banal things sometimes. Like, you'll be like, you know, eating cheeses in your bath, or like eating tons of pizza, or doing these things, but then you get these like really fucking poignant messages that you're sharing. I find, like, there's always like, and maybe this is more with the more recent videos, like, that you're sharing more about yourself than the earlier ones. You're just doing kind of goofy or not obscure, what I'm looking for, like ridiculous things. Whereas recently, like, you did the video where you talked about your normal Emilia, like the Emilia, like where you showed the picture of when you were normal. Mm-hmm. And then you said, like, now that your real Emilia, your authentic Emilia, I mean, I see that a lot in your videos more recently, where like you're like actually coming out and you're like really got like a poignant point of view. I guess tell me a little bit about like how you progressed from being normal Emilia to icon Emilia Fart.
Well, thank you for that. I think, I don't know, growing up, I just really thought that my value came from dudes wanting me. So for like middle school on, that was like my, like, that's what I thought would give me value. That was my drive. So like, I developed like an eating disorder.
Yeah.
I guess like I like would like starve myself and make myself throw up, and I got like really skinny.
Holy fuck. So you're bulimic too. It's more than just, oh wow.
So I got really skinny, and I would like was like a huge slut, and
Also more validation, right?
yeah, exactly. It was just, that was my worth, that was my validation. So, and then I like progressed out of the eating disorder and I started getting like fat. You know, I have a fat dad. I think I'm like, I got a fat gene. You know what I mean? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, some people just process the fat like less than others.
Yeah.
You know?
So, like I just like I had the choice of like getting the eating disorder again, you know what I mean? Or like not getting eating disorder and just feeling bad about myself. But I was like, I'm going to brainwash myself into changing the way that I think. I remember one day I actually said to like my ex-boyfriend who I broke up with because I came out as gay. Before we broke up, I was like, or after, I don't remember, it doesn't matter. I said, what if instead of like just trying to look beautiful and that's why people would care about me, what if I just had a good personality? It sounds like such a dumb thing to actually say out loud, but anyway, so I tried to, and I brainwashed myself into thinking differently about beauty, to have different beauty standards and like start looking at fat people and like, you know, seeing them as beautiful. And yeah, and then whatever, I've just tried to just change the way I think about stuff. Sorry, my cat.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no problem.
And I mean, I'm still very insecure, but also strangely narcissistic and with a big ego. So anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you, how should I put this? I mean, I maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's kind of like you discovered who you were and you just embraced it. Cause like you hit a rock bottom there. Like you had the eating disorder. I mean, in my personal opinion is that there's nothing wrong with being kind of slutty, but you are like just a totally out of control like situation.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I like love sluttiness, but like, sorry, my cat just really like, he's really like, not to brag, but he's really in love with me. Anyways, so what was I saying?
You love sluttiness.
Oh, right. I do love sluttiness, but I don't regret my sluttiness at all. Like I'm actually really glad that I like got so much out of my system.
Yeah.
But it's just about like just realizing that what if my body wasn't to make other people feel comfortable? What if my body wasn't here and I wasn't here to make other people feel okay about me? And that's the revelation. And I mean, I'm not saying like I don't have, you know, obviously I don't have like it all figured out and I still have insecurities and I still struggle with like the same shit. But I just work constantly to try to do what I want separate from other people's opinion, men, whoever, you know what I mean? I want to look how I want. I want to do what I want. I want to say what I want. And I don't want my drive in life to make other people feel comfortable. I don't want to make other people like, I don't want to affect other people negatively. I don't want to be a douche, but I want to like feel free and I want to feel good about myself. You know what I mean? And it like doesn't make me feel good about myself to try to be hot for someone. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I saw the pictures. I'm sure there are some haters out there who would look at them and say, oh, fuck, Emilia was a hottie before. She was so hot. Now look at her. She's not a hottie. But then you're not. But then, the thing is that fuck them. Because the thing is that you've got amazing videos and you've got like amazing friends and fans on the internet. I'm sure also just all over because it's an inspiration. I think some of your videos are truly inspiration. It's like the one that you came out and you said, the real Emilia Hart, the real Emilia Fart was always inside me, and I let her out. Yeah. Right. That's pretty fucking amazing for anybody. Think of people who are gay and they're afraid to like people who are gay or afraid to come out, or people who are trans in a sense even worse, right? Who are afraid to come out because they're they've got it bad. Yeah. Right. And then but they see that just to fill people in, you told me that this isn't an outfit that you wear around the house, only. Yeah. You wear this wherever you go. Yeah. To the store. Yeah. To your granddad's funeral. Yeah. To wherever. Yeah. How did that go, by the way? Did people give you a hard time for that? No, well, my family knows me, so they're like, that's just the way. I don't own anything else, and I don't. It's like a robe or it's nothing. So there was one family friend who I hadn't seen in since I was a kid. And he asked my mom, who's the woman in the Santa suit? Because I was wearing my red robe that day. And your mom's like, that's my daughter. Yeah, my mom's like, that is my daughter. Maybe she shouldn't have said that. No, she didn't even care. I've been called Mrs. Claus many a time with the red robe. Yeah. But they expect it. Kids must like you, though, if you're dressed up that way? Or are they kind of freaked out? No, I think they do. I think there was a phase where I... pre-boa, where I wore black lipstick and my hair was a slightly different shade of green. More like a goth? It was I wouldn't say goth, but I don't know, the black lipstick. It was a little more spooky, so sometimes kids would literally be point to their and be like, it's a witch. But not in a cool way. One time I walked by a school when it was just coming out and literally all the children came out and they screamed, it's a monster. Oh no. My friends were so delighted by that story. Yeah, that's amazing. You got such great artwork too on your that sounded almost like a kid's story, and you've got great artwork on your channel. Is this people sending in artwork to you, or do you do artwork yourself? Yeah, no, I don't really draw. People will mail me stuff or tag me in art. That's amazing. Yeah, it was just so cool to see how talented people are. And everyone's different styles. I love that. It's because they're so fucking it is cool because I think that the fact that you're bearing insecurity and then strength on the internet really resonates with people. You know what I mean? They're yes, she's like me, I'm like her, right? Yeah, that's what I love in other YouTubers. That's why I'm obsessed with Trisha Paytas, because she's vulnerability. You gotta tell me a little bit about Trisha Paytas, first of all, because you gotta catch me up on her, because I don't really know much about her. Mm-hmm. I only heard about her through you. Basically, I think she's gonna get more viewers or whatever through you because your obsession. And then tell me a little bit about your obsession with Trisha Paytas. What's going on? You are married to her, right? In my mind. Yeah, exactly. I just think she's cool. I think that I don't consider myself an intelligent person, so I'm not I don't consider myself versed in art, but to me she's a performance artist, and she's just
authentic. She's just genuine, and she shows the worst parts of herself. She doesn't try to censor herself at all, and I just think, and she just does what she wants and doesn't think about it, and I just think she's cool. Also, she's like the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, that's totally, and the thing is that you actually, I mean, she noticed you. So you like, what did you do? You like tweeted at her or something? Or you made videos about how you wanted to meet her or marry her?
Well, it was like a while ago. I think it was like a year ago. I'd mentioned her in videos. And she tweeted, she was like, I love her. And I was like, ooh. And then I started making more videos. And she keeps encouraging me. She literally, like, she Snapchatted, was like, please, I love you, Emilia Fart. Please make more videos about our love. And I'm like, okay. So then they just,
wow.
So they just get creepier and creepier. And she keeps,
reciprocating.
Yeah, well, she keeps encouraging me to do it. So I'm like, okay. And they just get more and more disturbing. I feel a little bad. I don't want to be like so creepy. To me, it's like a joke. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like...
I mean, it's a joke until she invites you over to her house.
Well, that's what it's all leading towards.
Exactly. I mean, you had a wedding ceremony in the Barbie museum, I think. Mm-hmm. I think it was here in Montreal.
Yeah.
And your mom drove you there and everything, right?
It was my mom's idea.
Really? Mm-hmm. So your mom is like really, I mean, was there a period where your mom was like, Emilia, you've got to stop this weird video thing?
No. I don't think she fully understood it at first, but as she's seen, like, now it's my job. So she's like, she's very supportive. Every time we're together, she's always thinking about ideas for videos. And if I use her ideas, she's like, yes.
Is your mom like the artsy kind of person, or is she
Yeah.
Okay, you're lucky. I've got like, I won't diss my parents too much, but I got like a secretary and a librarian for parents. So, I mean, they're very like 9 to 5, you know, kind of thing. So,
well, she's a kindergarten teacher. So she's not like, she's not a professional artist, but she's got the soul of like a 6-year-old.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I mean, that must have helped. Like, it must have made things go a little easier, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's why I am the way that I am, because like I can be.
Yeah, and I mean, when you were in high school, though, I think you already covered that. That's when things were like going bad. And then after that, yeah, I'm just catching up here. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Tell me a little bit about some of your escapades, because that's kind of what got me into this at the beginning. I mean, I can't remember which video I saw first. I think it might have been the cheesies one in the bathtub. You were eating, and you were talking about your brother and your sister and your parents and everything. Mm-hmm. But you've been out and about. And, I mean, did you ever, I mean, you got escorted out of IKEA. Have you ever like felt like in peril? Or have you ever felt like maybe you've scared the shit out of someone else and they ran away?
No, I try to be like, I just want to do what I want, but I don't really want to affect people negatively. I figure like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to like slap people in the face or actually do something offensive. Like, if I'm twerking in public, I try to like make sure there aren't children around. I don't know if like that would disturb them, but like, you know what I mean?
I'm not sure if that would really disturb.
No, it would, because then they're going to be jealous because they're going to see my butt and they're like, why don't I have a butt like that? And I'm like,
yeah, maybe when you grow up, you can have a butt like that.
And you eat a lot of pizza. But yeah, I don't, in my mind, I'm not doing anything that like warrants, if someone has a problem with me, it's like in my mind, I'm not doing anything bad enough where if they do respond negatively, it's like warranted. It's like, I'm like, it's their own shit. They just like, you know.
Yeah, they can't, I mean, people can't drag you out of a park just for dyeing your hair.
Well, that's why I love the park, is that it's free reign. Yeah, you can just you can do whatever you want.
Whereas Toys R Us, I mean, they can probably kick you out of that place.
That got demonetized, that video.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, I never knew that they were so hardcore on the demonetization.
Everything that they demonetize, that like there's certain ones like that one, I just accept. Like you can get them to review it manually. But like sorry.
It's another cat situation.
It's just a cat. But like that one I understand because I'm talking about like, oh my God. Anyways, that one I understand because I talk about like weird thing. I talk about like molestation-ish vibes.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, there's ones that I like. I get it.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the stuff that you do, it's kind of like, I mean, a lot of your videos, you start out as being kind of sad, like crying, but then you're always like, it's like, or you're like, or something like that, right?
It's a good imitation.
And then like, and you kind of like perk up, and I wonder like because like I know a couple of people who are comedians. And they come from a pretty sad place sometimes. Like you've got like I know I don't know personally, but I'm acquainted with Esther Pavitsky, and she's had some issues with her parents before. Bobby Lee, he's had problems with his dad, I've heard. And it's kind of a dark place. You've got God, you got all that situation, and I'm just wondering if like maybe that's like something that shines through too. Like when you're growing up and you're dealing with shit, did you kind of like become a class clown? Did you like joke around?
I don't know if I was a class clown. Yeah, I don't know. I know it feels good to just like laugh at stuff.
Yeah.
Like oh, you're molested, like. Well,
yeah.
Like it's like it feels.
That's shocking for people though when you say that. But then if you make it into a joke, it's kind of like it has like it's uncomfortable, and then people laugh.
Well, it takes so much, like just from a personal level, it takes so much power away from something if you just laugh at it.
Right.
So like a girl made a hate video about me, and I like to just anyways, but just to be able to laugh at stuff, it.
Yeah, like some people are making like the cat's taking a crap.
The cat just shit right beside us. It's so pungent. Should I scoop it?
I mean, if you want, go ahead. Or we could just power through if you're...
I mean, I'm okay with powering through.
We'll power through it. It's okay. I've got a 2-year-old at home. I'm used to poo.
At least he was the best one to poo because he covers it. Anyways... love the poo.
But anyway, I was like, you mentioned like molestation, and so like not only were you dealing with fucking well, I mean, I guess it's all related. I mean, why did you get the eating disorder? Maybe like all that is kind of related together, right? I mean, you had to come out gay. Well, you didn't have to, but you do have to kind of if you want to live, right? And also you had the molestation situation too, and then you also did needed like acceptance from people, mostly men at the time, and then you were I guess you were on drugs for a while too, right? So you had all this shit like just bubbling up inside, and you're like, what are you going to do with it? Like the perfect, like what a lot of comedians do is they have to send that somewhere. So they send it into their comedy, into their performance.
Yeah.
So I wonder if like was like a survival mechanism for you. You said like, fuck this shit. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to jettison all this crap.
Yeah. Well, yeah, totally. I think like making videos is so cathartic in that, because before I started making videos, I was like, had finally like allowed myself to kind of process all of that stuff.
Yeah.
My dad died, and for some reason that forced me to like that. My dad dying forced me to confront, I don't know, a lot of shit that I feel like I'd buried.
Yeah.
And then I started making videos, and it's very, very cathartic to just kind of like talk about everything and just like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you like got over a lot of bullshit. What are some of your plans for the future? I mean, you're doing videos now. You've got like over 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. You've got like a zillion billion subscribers on Instagram. What does Emilia Fart Enterprises do next?
Okay, well, my pull, like my mission statement is, I want to, it sounds so cheesy if I say it out loud, but I want to affect positive change through self-expression.
Yeah.
It sounds really cheesy saying it out loud, but I say that in my head all the time. I just want to, that's what I just want to, as many people will listen, I'd want to just express myself and tout a message that I believe in, like to my core, that I like feel is worth hearing.
Do you know why that feels? Not feels. Do you know why that sounds so cheesy? It's like it's your voice. It's the voice of the world, like just fucking trotting. That's been trotting on your soul this whole time.
Yeah.
It's like reality saying, "Oh fuck no, that's so stupid."
Yeah.
You know, it's the cynical side.
Exactly. It's that voice, which like more and more I choose to like fuck that voice, like fuck reality, because I just, and this sounds lame as well, but I know that like reality is what you make it. And like this is lame to say, but like when I had just started YouTube and I was sitting in this house and I would stare it in the hallway and say like, I'm going to see that 100,000 subscriber plaque with my name on it. Like it sounds very like minuscule, it's just a plaque. It's just YouTube. Like seemingly it's all like frivolous, but it's not to me, because when I was doing that and I was imagining that, I didn't really know it was possible. And a million people tell me it's not possible. I would like talk to my brother and say, what do you want to do? I say, I want to do YouTube. And at the time I had like maybe 10,000 subscribers, and I'm like 90,000 to go until I get 100,000. And that in my mind was like, you're a fucking YouTuber when you get there. And when I said that to my brother, I know it sounded ridiculous. It sounded like, that's not going to fucking happen. You need to have a real plan. And there's times when I don't fully believe, and there's times when I looked at the blank space on my hallway and I said, but I kept imagining it. And that like, I understand how it can seem like nothing, and YouTube can seem silly, and making videos can seem silly, but it means so much more to me, because like more so than even what I'm learning about myself through the process of making videos, I'm learning that you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can make your life into whatever you want. And I learn that stronger and stronger with each passing day. I like when I see that plaque, I'm like, holy shit. That wasn't real 2 years ago. That you didn't like, you know what I mean?
What's interesting is that, and this is another kind of Zen Buddhist, more like the Zen of archery or something, is that the archer, when you're an archer and you want to hit the target, you don't think, now I'm going to pull the whatever the fuck it's called, I'm going to like take it, I'm going to bow, I'm going to pull the string back. I know it's not called the string. And I'm going to bow, and I'm going to hit the thing with the target with the arrow. You don't think that, because if you're thinking about all that shit, you're not doing it. Yeah. You just do it.
You don't think about the how.
Yeah. No, you think about the how of the now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're like, now I'm going to do this work. I need to be, if I'm going to be doing this work, I got to fucking think about now, like what's going on now. I don't think about tomorrow. I don't think about yesterday. Because as soon as you think about tomorrow, as soon as you go log in and you look at your stats, which is the fucking worst thing you can do, you know, you're going to be like, fuck, why am I doing this shit?
Yeah.
Nobody is looking at it. You know, nobody appreciates it. I'm working my ass off, you know, and you're not actually doing anything then. You're not actually doing it. So that's part of it. Was your brother sort of supportive, by the way?
I mean, my family is very sweet and they're very kind. And I have a lot of brothers and sisters. So there's a lot of different characters.
Okay.
So like, my brothers, I have one brother who's very high up in the military, and I don't even think I can talk about it.
He's like, he'll have me killed, basically.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, he definitely knows about aliens.
Probably.
And I see a twinkle in his eye when I talk about it. Anyways, but, and then I have two brothers that are, like, really, like successful, like, very straight-laced, like, businessmen.
Yeah.
Well, not very straight. Well, I don't know. Like, they're, like, you know, in the business world, they're, like, have, like, a penthouse and, like, blah, blah, blah. And then I have, like, you know, a sister who's a teacher. I have a sister who's a musician. So there's like different vibes. Everyone's very sweet, but I don't think they fully understand, which is like okay, and it's like a good in a way.
They don't need to.
Yeah, it's good in a way to be like, you know, to have different types of people around you who have different perspectives. I think that's like a good thing, even though it like is a little sad sometimes.
But they know that this is you though. Like they know that this isn't like you being Emilia Fart so that you can get a bunch of viewers on YouTube.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if I should talk about this, but someone in my family is getting married.
Yeah.
And we talked about, well, they said, what are you going to wear to the wedding? And I was like, well, I would wear this. Because I was a maid of honor for one of my friends, and I wore this. And I was like sang at my sister's wedding. I wore this. And they're like, well, you can't be Emilia Fart at the wedding. And in my head, I didn't say anything because like I know they were coming from like they were a really stressful place. And like I get where they're coming from, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, but what do you mean? I'm not, that's who, to me, there isn't a separation between Emilia Fart and I am Emilia Fart. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes it does frustrate me when like people in my family or people online think that I'm a character.
Yeah.
It sometimes it bums me out.
I asked you a couple of times. Like I didn't know. I'm like, you know, when we first were talking, I'm like, okay, you know, I'll be the straight man. You can do all your crazy Emilia Fart thing. You know, you can do your, because I didn't know if it was an act or not. Because I've met people, I've had previous guests on the show where they never break character.
Yeah.
But it's a character.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Either that or they really are like a Cthulhu cult living in the Middle Earth. Yeah. And they sacrifice people weekly. Which I guess is possible, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they're just people who live in New Mexico and they get their kicks out of doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think that I channel different parts of myself in different videos. So some videos I'm like super hyper, like I've drank like 3 Diet Cokes and I'm like slapping myself in the face, you know, but like it's all me. I'm not, you know, it's every part of me, you know.
When's the merch coming out? Because I want to buy an Emilia Fart t-shirt.
Well,
right?
Thank you.
Or something.
I've been talking to some companies, but I'm particular, my mom likes to say, when it comes to
product placement,
aesthetics.
Oh.
So
his and hers moo-moos? Do you want to just go straight up? Like just that, if you want to get Emilia Fart's logo, you got to have it. Everybody's got to wear boas with Or maybe that, I don't know.
think I would. I don't think I would like that, because I think
Then
part of
everybody
the
would be stealing your thunder.
part of the appeal is that I'm the only one. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've been talking to some companies. I'm gonna do it, but only when I genuinely like. When I genuinely like it. I'm not gonna put out something that like will probably sell more, but I don't actually like it. I'd rather like not make money.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool. Because I was thinking like action figure line.
That would be everything. I would live.
Like an actual doll where you pull the string and it goes cuckoo or something like that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that would be everything.
Exactly.
I would literally be the only one that would buy them though. They're like, whoa, we sold 1,000 toys. I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. They're all mine. They're all on the shelf.
Well, yeah, Barbies
me,
too,
me,
right?
Me. Oh yeah.
Tell me what's in your fridge, because there's a lot of, I think I saw, there weren't a lot of vegetables there.
I just threw out my vegetables because they all went bad. I do eat a surprising amount of vegetables, but if you look at my freezer, there's maybe at least 8 frozen pizzas. I have to eat pizza. Like, I just have to. It's just joy, man.
Pizza and cheesies too.
I don't really like.
So that was just like
I like the aesthetic of cheesies.
Okay.
So I don't really. They're only for videos, and then if I'm being real, I throw them out after.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
I know.
We're learning more and more.
I'm breaking the
Emilia.
facade.
Yeah.
I'll like. Yeah. To be honest, whenever I eat something in the bathtub, I usually throw it out after, because I choose it based on what will look good.
Do you have any?
I do eat it though.
Do you have any plans for travel coming up? Like, I was thinking like the Emilia Fart tour or something like that.
Sometimes people ask
I
for
swear, if you've got like 300,000 people on YouTube. If you say, "Hey Anaheim, I'm going to be there," or LA,
mm-hmm.
"Hey LA, I'm going to be in an LA on this date at this time at the Radisson," people would show up.
I do intend to go to LA sometime in the next amount of time.
I like when I went to LA, the only time I went to LA, it is a magical place. Like, I was walking around and I saw the Hollywood sign, I saw the Scientology buildings, like, it was cool. I went out and I interviewed this UFO cult there for my podcast. And then I was walking along and a woman came up to me dressed up kind of crazy, and she had her screenplay and she wanted me to read her screenplay, which is both amusing and highly depressing at the same time, if you think about it.
Or no, it's flattering, because she's like,
yeah, maybe she thought I was a producer.
Yeah, you gave the vibe of like,
or a
this
director.
Guy's got something going on.
Must have been the khaki shorts.
Oh, 100%.
Totally. Well, I think that's about it. That's all I can think of. Got anything else that... Oh, damn it. I'm supposed to ask my guests this. Yeah. And that's, over the last few years, I mean, tell me something that you've learned. Like, I'm looking for an Oprah moment here. Tell me something that you've learned that, like, really... like, what's a life lesson? Tell me a life lesson that you've learned, or some insight that you found.
Well, like I was saying before, you can do anything you want. Like, it's so Oprah, like
it's like a Deepak Chopra or The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle.
Very that vibe, but like you're like, I feel like Will Smith, because I feel like this is something he would say, but your limitations are only like as far as your imagination.
Yeah.
That's
like very reading Rainbow.
100%. I can't with it. But I like, it sounds so cheesy, and it sounds, you hear that.
The world's a trap though. It is, like, for me, I'm a reverend of the Church of the Subgenius. That was my big escape. And it's like this comedy cult. And we worship like J.R. Bob Dobbs, who's this TV salesman from the 50s, right? And who made a deal with aliens, right? And the thing is that it's kind of like that's my escape. Like that's my fuck you to the man. That's my fuck you to the world, because the world is there, and they're like, and the people on the top, they're saying like, I think that most people who are on the top, they say things like what you're saying, and they don't think it's sarcastic. Like they don't doubt it one little bit.
Yeah.
Because they can do what they want, and they got there because they freed their mind from these shackles, and they just fucking did whatever like gift they got from whatever creator or whatever you believe in they did it, right? But the world is telling you, because I guess these people and they need people to go to work every day and, I don't know, stamp things and staple things and do whatever. So they tell you, no, you gotta get a mortgage, you gotta have kids, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You don't have to do any of that.
There's so many outside sources that are telling you so much, but if you are able to like quiet that shit, separate yourself from that shit, and really center yourself and figure out what is your soul pulling you to do. What is your soul saying to you? I really like the movie Moana. I don't know if you've seen it.
No. Was it a Disney film? What is that?
It's a Disney movie, and it's just about this girl. Like, it's just the sweetest movie in the entire world. But to me, I interpret the message as she has this pull to go to the ocean.
Yeah. What is she? Is she a human being?
Yeah,
or?
she's a little girl from Polynesia. Is that a place? I don't know.
Yeah.
And she has this pull to go into the ocean, but her tribe is like, no, we're on land. This is our vibe. Like, we grow coconuts. That's it. Like, you're going to become the chief. We're going to stay here. But her whole life, she just wants to go to the ocean. She just wants to go. She doesn't know why. And finally, she's like, I'm fucking doing it. And she just listens to the voice inside, and like everything happens and everything's amazing. She saves the world, obviously. But I love the message of that like children's movie, because it's just so real. If there's something inside of everyone, I believe this, that it's calling you to something, and it's easy for that to get clouded and to not hear it at all. But your core is telling you who you are and what you want to be and what you're supposed to do, and that is so real, so much realer than anyone else's opinion on your life or you.
Yeah, especially people who are themselves like have given up. So they, some people like they just want to, it's not like they want to, they just feel the need to try and take you down because they don't want to see you, like they're like, because it hurts them. I think some people feel pain. Yeah. It's sad, but they feel pain when they see other people doing what they want to do or being happy. It's really sad. Yeah. I know that I was in the park, the same park as you, I think, on Mount Royal on one of your videos there. And I was, I went through this phase when I was Wiccan for a while.
Cool.
So I I went to not Starwood. There was something else around here. I think, yeah. And I did the whole jumping over bonfires, running around naked, doing the wands and the elements and all that shit. Cause I was Catholic, and what do Catholics do when they rebel? They become Wiccan, right? Yeah. So, so I did that, and I remember walking out in the woods. I was depressed, and I walked to Mount Royal, and there was tons of snow. And I just was there, and I was alone in the mountain, and I looked at the trees, and I looked at the snow, and I looked at the sky, and I said, this shit is real. This shit is real. Yeah. The fact I'm failing out of my courses at McGill's not real. The fact that I'm, whatever. The fact that my dad keeps on fucking threatening me every week that he's going to take me home because I'm costing him too much money and I don't have enough money for food or whatever. That's not real. That's not real. This is real. This is my reality. Money's not real. It's all made up. This shit's all made up. And this stuff can be changed just as well. Yeah. For you, it can be changed more easily than you think. And then when you decide that you're going to do something, and when you've got an idea and when you've got like drive and passion, people see that shit and they'll respect it or they'll follow it, or they'll hate it. But either way, you're going to get attention, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that nature story. I was like getting chills when you were talking about it.
Yeah. Were you Wiccan or something at one point?
My sister was/is.
Yeah.
And I did a really intense spell one time that I believe totally backfired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I was in the mentality of wanting to be skinny.
Yeah.
And thinking that's what I needed to be to have value.
Yeah.
I did a spell to be skinny. But I've never felt this, but I felt tingling all my, like it was really intense. I felt like the energy all over my body, but I wasn't like versed enough in Wicca. Yeah. And they say like whatever you put out, you get back threefold.
Right.
So I know I didn't do right. And I know that's not the kind of spell you need. That's not like a good intention for that kind of like intense energy to put out there. So I believe that putting that like I need to be skinny made me fat. Partially.
Do you think that maybe it swung all the way over to 0 and then back down to like negative like 12 or something? I think it went all the way around.
I needed to learn the lesson. I was saying this is what I need to do. And I don't think, because that's a spiritual thing to do. And that intention is not coming from a spiritual place. That's a very surface level desire, I feel. So, at least it was for me. So I believe that it was like, no, you're going to be super fucking fat and you're going to evolve with that. And I'm genuinely really grateful for that. Like I'm insecure and there's like shitty stuff that comes with it, but I am grateful. You wouldn't be
Emilia Fart.
No.
You'd just be another skinny girl.
No,
the world's full of skinny girls.
I wouldn't have my philosophy. I wouldn't, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. And I mean, when it comes to the Wicca thing, I mean, I've done a lot of weird shit. I've in the middle of the night, I've meditated and felt one with the room. Mm-hmm. I went through this fucked up phase where I decided to take pictures of myself in the bath, and that was like my wife found those pictures and thought they were hilarious and threatened to like give them away to people. And like, I don't know what the hell I was going through. And then, but I mean, I just remember my ex-girlfriend. We were still going out at the time. And she told me, she said, Sean, the priest, this was at the Newman Center. It's in University of Montreal. McGill University. The priest is really concerned about you. Because I wasn't Wiccan at the time. I was still Catholic. Okay. And she's like, why don't you come out to this retreat? So I go out to this retreat, and it's like this empty Franciscan or something monastery in the middle of nowhere here in Quebec. Mm-hmm. And everybody, it's a beautiful day outside, and everybody's like, oh, we're going to go into the chapel now and pray. And I'm like, okay, when are we going to go outside? And they're like, well, we're not going to really go outside today. We're just going to pray. And I just said, I didn't say this to them, but I just said, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. And I said, fuck this shit to myself. Mm-hmm. And I left and I went into the woods. Mm-hmm. And I did crazy Wiccan stuff there. I was kind of into it a little bit. Yeah. And I was there with the trees, like with nature. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Like, if there is a God, wouldn't the God be here? Like, with all this stuff?
Oh, 100%.
I'm no longer... I went through this big, like, atheist phase, but, like, now I'm kind of, like, not really anyway. Yeah. So I'm kind of like chill now, but like, back then I was into it. So I kind of get that too. Yeah. It's interesting that you tried doing the magic though. Is that all the magic you did, or?
I do it like, I don't do like, that was the only spell that I ever.
Okay.
Well, maybe actually no, for my sister's water to break, I did a spell.
Yeah. Yeah. Put her out of her misery. Man.
Yeah. She was having a hard time. Yeah. No, now I do, like, I am like really spiritual.
Yeah. I know it sounds like people hear that now and they're so jaded. And they're
like, but I believe in like a benevolent force of good, which is something that I actually stole from Bobby Lee. I heard him say that in a podcast.
Bobby's awesome.
Yeah. But, So I do like, I still feel like the feeling that I had when I did that spell was like energy all over my body. It was like this crazy feeling. I still like
Yeah,
do that
tingles,
and like
yeah.
draw energy and stuff, but not
Yeah.
only with like, I don't release it with like I just like,
I used
feel it
to
with good
like
intentions.
feel the energy building,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would feel it like shoot out the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, I mean, some people might say that's bullshit, but like, you have the different chakras and everything. You got the one at the top, like, or whatever. And I think it's possible that those things could be mapped out in such a way that matches with your actual biological makeup. So it's not like all you have to do is change the way you're thinking around. Like, you can, rather than like saying like, oh, this chakra shit's bullshit, like all the like different symbols and stuff. What if the symbols were made based on the way people feel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it makes sense. There's nothing like some skeptic can say then, because it's based on the way you feel.
Have you read The Buddhist Brain?
No.
It's like, I've only read one chapter, but my mom's obsessed with it. It's basically taking, it's a neurological, I can't say the word, neurological study
Yeah.
on like the scientific effects of like the Buddhist mentality and like how it like changes your brain. It's just like taking like the concepts that we're talking about,
Yeah.
but it's like from
We've
a
been doing
scientific
that.
perspective. So
Yeah.
it's like,
The like just being in the now. Totally. Emilia, I think that's it. I think we're at the end now.
yeah.
Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank
and,
you for having me.
I mean, thanks for letting me into your apartment.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for the pizza.
Awesome. Cool. All right. I'm going to turn us off.
Okay.